the last 3 months, because of COVID-19, schools have been shut. I hope that these materials that we present today will be beneficial to students in their final year of secondary or high school.
Hello and welcome to this e-learning platform. Today we are going to continue from where we stopped in our last lessons, and that was phrases and clauses. So we have defined phrases and we've defined clauses. We've seen the differences between phrases and clauses. We define phrases as a group of words with no final verb, while clauses are groups of words with a final verb. And by final verb, we mean verbs that have tense, number, and person. So, done, we have to look at types of phrases today and clauses. The first one we're going to look at is the adjectival phrases and clauses. From the name adjectival, we can see that it comes from adjectives. Then, before we proceed, we need to understand what adjectives are. So, our basic definition of part of speech will tell us that an adjective is a word that describes or qualifies a noun or a pronoun. So, adjectival phrases and clauses can be defined that same way. That is why you have it there as groups of words that describe or qualify nouns or pronouns in a sentence. So, when you have more than a word, they become a phrase or a clause, but they have the same function. They describe or qualify nouns or pronouns in a sentence. Now, let's look at these two examples. In the first example, you have the boy took the book with the black cover. The boy took the book with the black cover. In that example, you have with the black cover in colored ink and underlined. This is the expression we are concerned with, and it is an adjectival expression because it describe book. It gives us more information about book. Which book, for instance? Then we talk of the book with the black cover. It is not the one with the white cover or blue cover, the book with the black cover. So the expression underlined there is adjectival in nature because it describes the book. That is exactly what adjectives do. So the expression underlined describe book. It is an adjectival expression. The next thing we have to do is to find out whether it is a phrase or a clause. So, you need to go back to our last lesson where we make the difference clear. We said phrases have subject and have no subject and verb relationship, while clauses have subject and verb relationship. So in this sentence, you have with the black cover underlined with no verb. So when there is no verb, it is a phrase. In the second example, you have this is the man who came yesterday, and the expression involved here is who came yesterday. There you have an adjectival phrase describing man. It is adjectival in nature. It tells us more about the man. It is not the man who came this morning or the man who came last week. We are talking about the man who came yesterday. So the expression underlined who came yesterday gives us more information about the man. It describes man. It qualifies that man. This makes it adjectival. But is it a phrase or a clause? That's another question we have to answer. Because in exams, we have to say whether a given expression is adjectival, phrase, or clause. It's not enough to say it is adjectival. So we have to see whether it is a phrase or a clause. So the expression on the line in number 2 is a clause. A clause because we have a verb. Came is a verb, and it is existing in relation with a subject. So you have who came. Came is the verb. Who stands as the subject. So when you have subject-verb relationship, you call it a clause. So in the first example, we have an adjectival phrase that functions as a modifier to the noun book. While in the second example, you have an adjectival clause that modifies or qualifies the noun man. So with this, we have an idea about the position of adjectival phrases and clauses, because that is important. And where are they placed in a sentence? They are generally placed before and after the nouns or pronouns they qualify. So we say they generally come after the nouns or pronouns they qualify. That's the position of adjectival expression. If you look at the two examples we've seen, you have with the black cover coming immediately after the noun book, and the second example, who came yesterday, comes immediately after the noun man. So this takes us to the end of our lesson. Thanks for watching.